Good morning everyone and welcome to today's stream. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of kit on my desk and this is going to be doing some coursework, so it's for my degree course. Now I've spent a bit of money and I went and got some Creator Colour charcoal. This is 175 gram jar, and oddly enough though, there's still like that much empty of the jar. It's never ever worked with powdered charcoal, so this could be absolutely hilarious. I've got my Faber-Castell 9000 series of pencil, my trusties, pencil sharpener, putty rubber, normal willow stick charcoal, cheap and cheerful stuff, electric eraser from them, a smudgy stick, paper sticky thing, Derwent's charcoal pencils, of which I'm having a major issue with. Basically, I bought these last week and well, don't know if I can get the camera to focus. Basically the wood is diabolical, completely shattered. So I'm having discussions with Derwent about that, because at the end of the day, when you pay 10 quid for these pencils and the wood is that bad a quality, it's not acceptable. So in discussions with them, and this is one of my latest additions to my collection. So she's petting it. It's a fallow deer antler, naturally sourced. Not the animal, as far as I know, is still gallivanting around the New Forest somewhere. I went to Dorset Show this year. And there's a chap who sells art and sculptures, candle holders, all from naturally found deer antlers. And he goes around the New Forest and collects tons. So he gets fallow, silker, roe and red deer antlers, and then he'll kind of drill in candle holders and all sorts into them. I paid, I think it was about 20-30 quid for a pair. Now for a product that is laid on the ground, I always find it a bit cheeky to have to pay for it, because it's naturally fallen. It's not cost anybody to go out to shoot, to do it, to get a license or anything like that. It's a naturally formed product. So when people charge for these, I do kind of think, for goodness sake, the deer dropped in that of its own accord. But at the end of the day, he's got petrol costs to cover, so yeah. I've got two, and they're both different. This one's, well, how can I describe? This one has got like where the blood vessels were on the outside, and the other one's got them more prominent on the actual inside bit. When you weigh these, I mean, these are small. These are small antlers. And these weigh a fair bit. Now I always try and get my antlers naturally sourced, so nobody suffers, because that's just not fair. That's fueling the bad trade. So what I'm hoping to do is, for my coursework, is to do a drawing in the charcoal, but mostly by erasing the charcoal. Now I do have a Tombow Mono eraser, but it's gone walkabout. And I have cleaned my desk. I've been really, really good. So hopefully that may turn up during this. You never know with my stuff. Normally I wouldn't do something this detailed for coursework, but I do need a couple of really high quality pieces. Not that I'm saying this is going to be high quality, because I've never done this before. So I've got the Strathmore toned pad. And I just hope this is going to work. I know what I want to see, but I don't know how quite to do it. So what I'm going to do is start off by trying to cover this page with a layer of charcoal. Now my floor underneath is laminacy wood stuff, and I've got a mini hoover on standby, so at least I can wash the antlers. Okay, Don't know if the camera picked that one up. They clearly don't seal the jars. What I expected was when I opened the jar, there to be a paper seal across the top, and there's not. Oh my god. That I did not expect. So, how can I apply this? Let's think about this. Wow. That's pretty cool. So I literally just picked up a bit on the stub. I know I'm going to get covered in charcoal doing this. That's a thought. This is a clean page, isn't it? So I sometimes work on both sides. Wow. That's got some depth to it. So when I did my little horsey drawings, I didn't really get this dark with charcoal, but that was using just the sticks and the pencils. I'll smooth this out a little bit. Cool, okay, I really like this. Ooh. So a tiny bit goes a real long way. Ooh. Yeah, this could be my new favourite toy. Okay, so I'm gonna I know you're probably meant to use a rag or something. Actually, I wouldn't mind a little bit of texture in the background. Some people have been saying that when they've kind of bought charcoal sticks and they've ground them down themselves, that they've had a very gritty type of charcoal. And this kind of feels pretty gritty, and you can see these scritchy kind of marks in it. I'm just smoothing that in. This would make a really, really good for atmospheric skies. Oh, and it's about 7:24 in the UK right now. I had planned to start earlier, but I got waylaid. I'm plonking it down. So what I have to do is with a paintbrush. Loads of fun in that. Sorry if the lighting's a bit squiffy. It's really, really, really still quite dark outside. And it's overcast, high winds, not very nice weather in the UK, down in Dorset today. I'm going to take my time about this because a lot of the stuff that I've been doing for my course I've really rushed. Well, I know I did about 13 pages in half a morning, which was a bit silly, but I mean it's got the work done. But this one, the brief is to take your time and think whilst drawing, which is not a good idea with me because I tend to only be able to do one thing. My plan today was to actually go out if the weather was decent enough and power up a couple of Pokemon, but my nearest Pokestops are about a 30-minute walk away. So I don't think I'll be doing that today. I was even going to get a battered Mars bar. No, going to be good. The diet's going well, so I'm glad that the fish and chip shop is so far away. Yeah, we used to have a decent fish and chip shop nearby, and then it got taken over by cod farmers. Oh god! Every time any member of the family has had a codfather, so they've ended up with a really bad stomach afterwards. Don't know what it is, if they're frying in old oil, if, well, we're pretty sure the fish has always gone off, so it doesn't smell right. And the potatoes are often green, and we all know that's quite dangerous. So you end up chucking out a lot of the chips. Yeah, there used to be this couple who ran this little chip shop just down the road, and they used this better oil. It was a less calorie and less oily oil, so you didn't end up with like half a ton of grease at the bottom of your tray, and you never felt bloated or ugh after eating them. But since they've retired, Codfathers has taken over the building. It's just, yeah, not the same. Mind you, I'm chuffed about the amount of gluten-free fish and chips people can get nowadays. I think that's brilliant. I'm just going to put a slight curve in. So I'm just trying to map in the shape. Without going too far. That bit's, yeah, I've got to shorten this bit slightly. Squish as much of that charcoal down. Yeah, quite like that for a textured background. Right, let's put the lid on this before there's any possible accidents. Right, and then charcoal pencils. So I'm going to go for the medium first. Just trying to sharpen this one a little bit. I did use the sharpener that's provided, but it just not great. So for these I'm using a range of sharpeners, from the ones with the double barrel, so that I can cut away the wood all the way through to the little swordfish ones, the helixes, and this is a really cheap one that Derm won't give you. That's the thing, if you're going to charge a lot of money for a product, at least make sure it's got a little bit of decency to it. Let's move that over there. Okay, so I'm just going to block in bits right now. This little tine I'm gonna have to just shorten slightly. This. So need that bit to go back. We'll have to slightly cut that one short. It's a very good length. Right, so that's my rough layout, and I'll find a medium. I know you can get the sticky things that you draw via the stick. I was thinking of that, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm gonna block in areas of shade, I reckon. I have no idea what we're doing here. We'll figure it out as we go. There's some amazing little almost like crack marks across this antler, so you can tell where another antler is smashed across it. Must have been quite an epic battle. I've seen deer in the wild roaring and bellowing and kicking up a storm, but I've never really seen a fight yet. Alright. So I wouldn't want to be in the middle. But, I went to Windsor Great Park during October one year, and you could hear a lot of stags kicking off in certain parts. But there was quite a lot of stags just sat to the side, just laid down chilling out, which was quite nice. So you got to see both sides of the rut. This bit is darker. Okay, so blocking it out. And now for the dark. What have I got on? Got a bit of way of sharpening this. And just over to the side with a craft knife. This could end up in A&E. Which means this isn't going too badly. This is the dark one where the wood's shattered. Just managed to use a knife to sharpen it up a little bit. Just let's curve up here out, just make it a bit more defined. Yeah, this drawing probably looks absolutely diabolical right now. So I'm just going to soften a couple of areas up. I'm just going to see what happens when I put the electric eraser on here. Not too bad actually. That wipe off. I think the battery's running low. If I can get a little bit down. I can feel the battery's starting to really go. I really hope I can keep this going. But we may just need to go and grab another battery. Oh, the world needs batteries. Battery, let's see. They're pretty worn. Right. What if they are my original batteries? Let's try 2 Energizers. I also have a pack of batteries somewhere in my room. I never ever give you a diagram. And I never pay attention. I don't know if it's wrong way around because it won't work. That's better. That's better. Right. You can hear that. Oh yeah. Apologies if you don't like dentists. God, this thing's got kick. Yep, that's going better. That's definitely a bit better. Right. Good thing is, wherever I take a bit out, if I want to put something back, I've got enough charcoal in theory on here. So hopefully, if I do that, there we go, and patch it back up. Hey, I like that. Okay, honestly, this is actually going better than I thought it would. The drawing isn't quite accurate, but that's because of my angle that I'm stood at. But I think I can patch it up. Right, here we go. It's there. I really shouldn't blow it, but okay. That's what the Hoover's for. Right. So I've just literally run it onto some clean paper, and that's just taken off any dirt. So it's created a much more raw whiteness, which is fine because, like I say, I can get my mid-tones straight back. Okay, I'm feeling happier-ish. This bit I need to do something with. Just filling out that line. I'm just taking off a tiny bit more. Let's just move. This bit needs a little bit of editing. Like this. Bring that back in. Just soften that bit out. And redraw, hopefully. Yeah, that's feeling better. Still not 100% perfect, but that is better than it was. I always struggle when putting long objects onto paper. Let's try and sharpen this a bit more. Squirrel. Might have to pop out in a minute and see if I can feed them. I'm still doing my colour orientation, so associating them with the colour orange. So their food comes in an orange bucket, and that way they know it's dinner. That is a very windswept squirrel. Looks like his little tail is gonna get, well, if its tail is completely flat outside, but it looks like it's been attacked. Yeah, as the wind's hitting the tail's gonna go whoop. Oh, I might have to check out on that squirrel and just see, because it looks like it has been attacked. One of our neighbours' cats, we're not sure which neighbour, but one of their cats has got a serious vendetta with squirrels. I mean, our old little Ginger, bless his cotton socks, if a squirrel antagonised him, then yes, he would go and teach it a lesson. And yeah, this did result in 2 squirrel corpses being found in the garden. But he never wantingly went hunting them. If they came in the territory, yep, fair game. But this grey cat in the area has a complete and utter infatuation with killing squirrels. Very, very strange. I mean, our Ginger, he was a stray, so he would kill them to eat them because he needed food, so he never really lost that hunting instinct. See a squirrel, eat a squirrel. But only when hungry. And since we rescued him and gave him a new home and stuff, he he didn't need to hunt them for food, just if they annoyed him. I'm just adding in some of the darker tonal areas. I don't want to overwork this. That's my only thing. So I'm just going back over a couple of these areas and darkening them right up, and then I'll come back through with that eraser and just take out a bit more of the detail. I just want to push that dark tones a bit. I must say the paper feels like it's handling charcoal pretty well. I'm pretty chuffed with that. I didn't really expect it to handle it quite as well. Some paper does, some paper doesn't. Back to the eraser. Actually, what I will do is I'm going to tap it. that's actually not too bad, I'd say. Just a small line. Just make sure. Double checking what's on this page before I put it down. Yeah, that's okay to have some charcoal on. That won't kill it. Right, so back with the eraser, so drilling time. I'm just softening out a couple of those lines. that out just a teeny bit. And now I need to add in some shadow, don't I? There's a shadow for this is quite high up. I might have to give in with the shadow on it. I've got it a little bit darker. Do you know what? I reckon that'll do. I'll go spray that and then I can add a couple more layers if I need to. But that's coursework, so that's all done. So thank you very much for popping in and watching me do some coursework. And I hope this has given you some ideas how to get inspired and to try a new medium. This is all new to me. Charcoal is quite an alien thing, so I'm feeling more comfortable with it. I can see where I need to fix things. And that's part of the whole process. So thank you once again, and wishing you all the best, and happy drawing to you all.